Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of The Bacon, our podcast. I'm your host with the most voices, Steven. And before we start here today, I'd like to give everybody who's listening at home or wherever you listen to or how you listen to a big thanks for your patience, because I have been very, very busy and I've just been off-putting this show a little bit. But other than that, I'm glad we're back. So, today's guest... You have the floor, my man.
Sai.
Sai, hello, man. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
What's poppin'? Well, what's there to know? I'm a streamer. I'm a photographer. Shoot, I'm a skater.
He's a skater. He's not a poser, everybody. I can tell you that right now. So, thank you for introducing yourself, Sai. Glad to have you on the show.
Glad to be here.
Today's episode is going to be the wonderful experiences of Wally World.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. If you don't know, Wally World is it's a store, and that's all I'm gonna say. It's just a store. I'll let everybody figure out as we're going along with the episode, like what we're actually talking about. But we're just gonna be referring to this store as Wally World, and our wonderful experiences at this lovely, lovely store. I mean that passive aggressively. So, we're going to be talking about our stories and our experiences, as I said right now. And I'm going to start with mine, because I figured like it'd just be easier. So, where do I begin? I was placed in a certain department that involves cutting meat and serving very, very fast fried food there. Yeah, it's surprising they have a deli. It was not as bad though. I did have my coworkers who were like really, really like nice, and they were like fun to work with. I honestly miss them, and it's kind of just been a thought in the back of my head where I was like, if I ever do go back, I should, apply for that position, because like I remember when I quit, they had to hire like 2 or 3 more people just to take my place, and I was like, was I really pulling that much weight around here, or do they just really need more people over there? But I'm like, other than that, if I were, I'd probably give the interviewer, like, if they're interviewing me to come back or whatever, I'd probably tell them, like, ma'am or sir, like, if you don't hire me, you are making the worst mistake of your career, or of your little whatever it is you call here a dream, quote unquote, because, I mean, nobody wants to work at Wally World.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
really
everybody who's there is either trying to get by or, like, have bills to pay, but they can't get out because they got bills to pay. Yeah. Anyways, enough about that. Enough about my experience at Wally World. I'm going to be telling you guys some wonderful stories. So gather around a campfire and let's get down to things. So I'm going to first start with this little story where this guy was probably the most hilarious guy. And you could probably, I don't know, it's up to you if you want to say that I'm being sarcastic or not. But this guy was so hilarious. And the story goes like this. I was just doing my thing. I was just cleaning up the counter. They told me, hey, be out front because we need somebody out front to go with customers or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And it was this guy who came up, was pushing this little cart full of food, and then he peers in the window of like the items that we have right there on the front of the thing. And usually they'll just be like, oh, can I get that? Or like, can I get this? And there was like twice baked potato there. And it's like, I don't know if you know what twice baked potato is, but it's just it's quite literally just a baked potato that, oh man, I'm thinking of the joke already, that they just put they put like sour cream in it, or not sour cream, like they put a whole bunch of shit in there, like bacon, whatever. I think that sounds very good. Is pretty good, butter. Oh my god. And so he like peers in the window and he's like, he just looks over for like a quick few seconds. I wait. I'm like, sir, can I help you? And he's like, he like still looking at the thing, and he's like, why they call it twice baked potato? And I just stand there like frozen a little bit, because I was like, is this a test? And what's going on? Am I getting punked or something? And I'm just like, I don't know, sir. Why? And it's like, because I couldn't get it right the first time. And he just fucking goes. He's like, ha, 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 ha. He just laughs and he just leaves. And I just thought to myself, like, that was the most trippiest thing I've ever experienced. And I was like, I'm going to use that joke. And I never forgot that guy. And it's like, it's still stuck in my head when I remember the good times. That fucking joke was... if I could go back in time to that very moment, I would have just like, did my best fake laugh and just be like, like, oh my god, you're so fucking funny, dude. Like, and just fucking make a scene just because, like, I don't know. When I think about it more, like, that joke's pretty fucking funny. Oh man. And then there's this other story where the whole power in the store went out. It was crazy. So we were there. You know, it was just me, my soccer ball shaped coworker, and I do mean that, like, she's shaped like soccer. She's like 60. She's like this old, like, Mexican woman. She's like 60 or something, still working, mind you, because, you know, with us Mexicans, bro, like, the grind never stops.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
Nah, man, if you out of a job, you're gonna be doing something in your old age. And like, my soccer ball shaped coworker was there, and then there was this other coworker, and so, like, we were just, like, chilling. I think we were, like, it was right about the time when we were, like, cleaning up. We had to get these, like, gross ass, like, trays that where they put the chickens in or whatever. It's like all full of, like, grease. I don't know, dude. It's a messy, weird thing. So we were, like, in there and we're cleaning, and then, like, all of a sudden, like, boom, power's out. And then, like, there's, like, I think there was, like, an alarm that went off too, like, just for, like, you know, oh, like, emergency, like, something about, like, oh, power's out. Or so, like, we're kind of just standing there like, what the heck is going on, right? And so we kind of just take the opportunity to just, like, chill out and, like, you know, talk amongst ourselves while there's a like effing alarm blaring in the, because there's an alarm, like, right there in the back part of the place where I was working at, the deli, and where you cook all the food over, and it's just blaring and shit. So we just kind of, like, go to, like, this the other, like, the farthest corner of the place back there, and we just talk amongst ourselves, and it's just crazy because it's like, what's going on? Like, why is this happening, right? And it's like, it's not until, like, we get a word from our supervisor and, like, hey, everybody, the power's out. Yeah, I don't know for how long, but there's no excuse to, like, stop working. And I was just like, oh man, like, so
honestly, yeah, it's just they don't care about their employees there.
They don't. And we'll get to that later. Anyways, so yeah, that was, like, probably the craziest day ever. It's just like, man, power went out. I don't even think a store like that, a store like Wally World, was capable of doing such atrocities. But yeah, that happened. I know that wasn't as exciting, but I thought that was pretty exciting. And then now there's these little tidbits of stories that are not, like, I'll just tell everybody the full of it, because there's no real, like, plot to the story. They're just there for, like, because I was messing around. I'm gonna start out with this one that I love, and I think anybody listening would probably be a fan of it, because I did a little DIY Thanos cosplay with the items that we had in the back of the thing. So what I did was I got, like, well, first I was like, hey, we have this chainmail glove that we use to clean the slicer, so we don't, like, slice our fucking fingers off or cut ourselves, right? Mm-hmm. It doesn't really do you much good, because it's like, one, it's like, it's too loose, and it's like, you need, like, a big ass fucking hand to fit it, so it's like, why use it, right? And, like, I don't know. And so I was like, wait, I have this chainmail glove, and I have these stickers that are all, like, different colors, you know. There's, like, oh, maybe this one's a color of the Power Stone, the Mind Stone, the Space Stone, right? So I'm just like, I have an idea. And so I, like, get a Sharpie, which was double stupid of me to do, because the Sharpie is permanence, and that took me a while to clean off my face. So I got the Sharpie and I drew lines down my chin, like, you know, like Thanos' his chin. I, like, drew down my face, and then I was like, oh man, this is gonna be fucking funny, right? So I, like, get the stickers, I put them on the glove, like, the same way the Infinity Gauntlet is. And then I'm like, I, like, go up to my coworker, and I was like, 80, you must help me break the stones, or whatever, right? And I just, like, or something, like, and then she just starts laughing. She just starts like, what are you fucking doing, right? Yeah. And then I'm just like, you know, like, it's cool, right? I'm Thanos, I'm purple guy, I'm fucking Grimace from McDonald's and shit, right? And then she's like, yo, I gotta get a video of this. It's like, and so we do, like, stupid little videos and shit. I'm, like, reenacting the Thanos parts and shit, and it's just like, it's like, I think your might, or our might is, like, is something, like, compared to yours, like, hour or something like that. I started doing the whole monologue where he's like, Where he's like, you know, remember he's like doing the monologue where it's like, this is my home, this is my people, and like, I destroyed it all, or something like that, or it's like, this was my home. Well, it was, or I don't remember how the monologue went, but that was funny to me. And like when I drew the Sharpie like lines on my face, it was like double stupid to me because again, it's permanent. It took a while for me to get off, so my supervisor comes in like with me trying to wash my face off. She's like, "Are you okay? Did something spill on you?" And I was just like, no, it didn't. I'm just trying to wash off my face, you know. And I was just trying to make up some like bullshit excuse so she'd like leave me alone.
Yeah,
but that was funny. I wish I can do more DIY cosplays like that, but that was the only one I thought of. And then here's a great one. I think everybody who's listening, who's ever interacted, at least, you know, from who I've known there, I hope, is that I would sometimes give like a little discount with the food that I'm stacking up over there, because like the deli there is like, it's it kind of goes off of like the prices will go off of like a pound, like per pound or whatever. And there was like a thing that I figured out and be like, wait, you can like reduce the pound, you can make it to like maybe like half a pound and it'll be like $1 or something. I'm like, what? And so I like figured this out, and I was just like, wait, I'm gonna save this, and I'm gonna save this idea for the thing. So this one time, one of my good friends, we call him G, and G came over and he was like, yeah, man, give me that like lunch plate, like stack it up, right? And I'm like, I'll stack it up, dude. I'll solve world hunger by stacking it up, right? And I'm like, I stack it up, and I'm like, I'm gonna do the trick. So I'm like, beep bop boop beep bop, and then like it all comes out. What would have come out to like $3 something, maybe close to $4, because tax in California exists. And so like what would have came out to like $4 is now like $1 or something. And then I was just like, yo, bro, what the heck? Like, why you stack this plate up and it's only $1? And I'm just like, I just give him like a wink, and I'm just like, shh, like, don't tell anybody, right? And yeah. So it like catches on to like just the people that I've like vibed with, and then so I'm just like, yo, like, and they're I remember there was a time when they always come over, and they're like, yeah, give me like the rest of those like whatever it is in the place, right? And he's like, give me the Steven discount. I'm just like, okay. And then I just did with that, and it just went from there. Nobody ever knew, nobody ever cared, because I figured like, hey, you know, like what's like $1 or $2 like off of like this big company that doesn't really care about anybody. So I'm like, yeah, that was something fun I did. I mean, you could say that what I was doing was like the wrong thing for the right reason, because I'm like, I'm trying to like, you know, be cool with. It's kind of like a Robin Hood thing, you know? Like, he steals from the rich, gives to the poor almost. And it's like, so it's like, and it's sort of like, I don't know. It really depends on how your moral compass points, whether you think, oh, am I stealing from a company or am I helping my friends? You decide, because I figured I was just helping out my G's, my buddies, because, you know, they don't deserve to have a hard time and pay like $4 for a plate, dude. Like, you know? So, yeah, that was something I did too. And then my last little tidbit of my stories was just running into like the same customers that came every so often. It was so annoying because they were always like, you know, can I get like 2 pounds of this ham, or like, oh yeah, could you give me the ham that has no sodium? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't have that. Like, dude, there's a whole aisle over there like to my left of just ham, whatever, lunch meat, go help yourself, right? There's always the worst people were always like, can I get like 2 pounds of ham, or like 2 pounds of fucking cheese in like a single bag? And I'm just like, well, here's the thing, my bag's only big enough, so I'm gonna have to give you like 2 separate bags of like 1 pound each. And it's like, oh my god, dude, they're always like, especially when I'm helping somebody and they're like, I have like no help, there's always like a line that piles up, because everybody, you know, it's like a hive mind, you know, like once somebody starts buying meat or like whatever ham, everybody wants to buy some now, right? Yeah. And so it's like it gets annoying when there's a line that forms, like a small little crowd that forms. So they're just watching me like slice meat. I'm just like, can you like guys go do something else in the meantime instead of watching me work? Because like this honestly feels like a zoo. I don't want it to feel like a zoo, dude. I don't want you to like. I don't want to. If there was a glass between you and me, I'd just bang it and be like, get out. But anyways, that was probably the most annoying part. When there's a crowd that forms, or same people, same customers that come back or whatever, and then there's like they're asking like, you know, oh, and then like when the crowd forms, there's always like they're always like, you know, can you hurry up, or like I got somewhere to be. I'm like, yeah, I know you got somewhere to be. Why don't you just come back later for it? Like it's not going anywhere. Like I'm not gonna eat it. I'm not gonna give it to somebody else. Like I appreciate those people who are like, you know, I'll be back. I'll just go grab some stuff and come back for it. I'm like, all right, I'll keep it fresh for you. Those people I like, and they were usually like, there's sometimes like, you know, people that were like close to my age, or people that were like slightly older, or like, you know, maybe their 40s or something. I like those people. People who are like just stand there and wait for me, and they try to rush me on it. I'm just like, I can only work so fast. I'm not a robot, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you want me to do? Like,
I mean, not just that, shoot. It's really not nice when you look at somebody.
It's
not. And they're just trying to do.
I'm just trying to work, dude. Yeah. Like, I don't go to Home Depot, or I don't go to like some other store or whatever. And yeah, I'm using the real names now, but like I don't go to like these other stores and just follow an employee around and just be like, just stare at them while they work. You know, that's kind of like
it's uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable for them. It's creepy on my part, or like, you know, if I even were to do that, it's like, and it's like, why would I like make your day even harder by just kind of being a nuisance and just standing there like all the time, and it's so annoying. But yeah, I think those are my little tidbits of my stories. I'm gonna pass the torch on over to you.
Oh, and
I want to share a little bit of stories from your part. You know,
a little bit of stories of my part.
What you've been through, what others. Oh, I got one more. I'm sorry, but this didn't happen to me. This happened to somebody else. There was this really annoying. I really did not like him. Like he was like this balding like 40-year-old man, whatever, grown ass man, right? And he was like, he always like tried to like act like the boss or whatever. And I'm just like, dude, you're not the fucking boss. I'm not gonna listen to you. I'm just gonna go back to work, whatever, right? So this one time he got a really stern talking from like our supervisor. And I overheard, and I was like, you know, I'm doing the seer passive from Apex. You play Apex?
Honestly, I don't.
I was going to make a joke and be like, oh, I'm doing the seer passive. I'm like hearing, whatever. So I'm like, I overheard them talking, and then our supervisor was like telling them like, okay, like this is it. You have like 6 coachings already. I can't like keep like I can't keep this up. Like I can't like not ignore it anymore. Like you either are gonna have to like you're gonna have to I'm gonna have to fire you. I'm gonna have to like, you know, let you go. And then I remember like the last thing I heard of that guy was like, no, I refuse. You know what? I quit. And then he just like walks out. He like walks out of the store, vest on, whatever, right? And I like never see him again. That was like the last day I ever saw him, and then he just kind of like quit.
He did that little flap with the vest. He said,
I wish.
Fuck everybody with.
Yeah, I wish. Nah, he like walked out of the store. He like never came back that day, and I was just like, and he never came back ever. And I was just like, wow, sure glad he's gone. You know, good luck trying to raise your family, buddy. So yeah, that was it. That was like probably the most satisfying thing I've ever seen ever. Like just like, you got what you deserve. You like whatever. I generally don't like hold grudges against people, but that guy really got on my back a lot, and it takes a lot to get underneath my skin and on my back. So yeah, those are my story tidbits. Now I'm gonna toss you the football, pass the torch, all that. What do you got for me, man?
What I got for you? Shoot. What do you want to hear? I'm an open book.
Well, I guess I don't know, tell me your crazy stories, because I'm probably gonna tell even crazier, like from like what the public has shared on like the internet and whatnot.
Honestly, one of my crazy stories, like, damn, have you ever like got a box and just it was full of mold, like just nasty? Like,
what?
No, yeah, like it was crazy. It was a box that had to go up.
Really?
As I was talking, and it was just filled with mold, and it was just lying there. And they still wanted me to pull it up. They still wanted me to put it up, and I told them, I was like, this is mold. This is not going up. Like, it shouldn't go up.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man. What they did just doesn't care.
Honestly, I honestly think they just put it up there. Like after I left it in the back, like because I'm pretty sure like when we have to take things to the back to the like, I forgot what it's called.
The freezer or
no, it's
the back. Or just say the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, the back. The mystical place where everybody thinks that everything's at.
It's basically where we put like things that are opened up and they can't go up because customers will complain about it.
Yeah, I got you.
But that was one of them. Shoot, want to hear about the story when I first started?
Was that the one? Yeah. Tell me.
All right.
Tell me what happened when you first started at Wally World.
Well, let me share what I experienced.
All right, then go ahead.
Crazy. There was me. There was like 2 other guys and 2 other females. We're gonna call one of them, I don't know, John, and then the other one we're just gonna call him David, because I really didn't know his name.
Okay. John and David.
Yeah. Let's just say me and John were really cool. We would always we would always go to work, we would always do our thing. We noticed me and John noticed that David wasn't coming in all of a sudden, just out the blue.
Really?
Where to find out that he ended up being in the bathroom with one of the women. Oh. That was a janitor. Yeah. That it escalated real quickly with him quitting work, not even coming in. He
just straight up left.
Straight up left.
Wow.
Yeah, that was honestly like one of the craziest things. I really didn't think David was like that. But
wow, that is.
It's something you don't witness every day. You get me?
No, it's something you don't really like.
You wouldn't even expect it out of a person.
No, you wouldn't.
But I mean. Hey,
sometimes people are just like sometimes they can be an enigma, or you can know them so well, but like there's something that you may not know about them.
Yeah, that was honestly just something I really didn't know.
Man, that is, wow, man.
Yeah.
You got any other ones?
Shoot. Well, from one of my friends, from what I was told, another buddy of mine, he ended up crushing his foot. Yeah. Ooh. He crushed his foot with one of the pallet jacks. And there was a whole pallet just filled with boxes. Just the pallet was big. Let's just say he didn't know how to stop it, and when it was rolling down, it rolled on his foot.
Fuck.
Broke his entire foot. Now he has a casket. He's walking in there, but what's cool about him is he's actually just in the front. He's chilling. His job is easy now.
Yeah,
but from what he told me is that they did not want to like help him out.
Oh. I know they didn't want to do workers' compensation because companies want to pay money for the hospital bill and compensate for injuring the worker in the workplace. That's what it's called. And a lot of companies don't want to be responsible for your injury.
Yep. Basically what happened.
You should have sued.
Oh, no, he is suing.
Really?
Yeah, he's suing.
Whoa.
He got all his people on that.
He's got all his people. Man, I'm probably gonna get he's probably gonna get a Wally World chair and
I hope so.
Cats out of the bag. No,
I hope so.
He's probably gonna get like a settlement. So because and I know when you sue like companies like that, they're not gonna want to do the case because they know it's gonna be like bad PR, which is like public rep or whatever the fuck it's called. And like one it's gonna be bad on their image, and having some worker who got injured in the workplace suing them is not a good thing. So they might just be like, all right, how about we settle this with money because it talks, right? Like how about you? What do you want? Like a settlement of $100K, 1 million? I don't fucking know. Like,
dang, 1 mil out of
dude,
that'd be a blessing.
I think I have reason to believe that they will pay any amount to just say like, hey, don't do this or something, or like I'll pay to like keep my mouth shut, or I'll pay to thing or whatever. And then again, some people just be like, nah, dude, I'm suing you for like more, dude.
Oh yeah. Hey, the bigger the check, the happier you are, right?
Happier, yeah. That's right.
Easier life goes.
You can quit that little job. But yeah, dude, ouch, man. What the fuck.
That's what I'm saying. How the hell do you like not know how to stop a pallet jack?
You just push it. You pull and push it. It's like pulling a wagon, except it's like, carrying large shit on it.
Yeah.
They're like, ow, dude, fuck. Oh man. You got any more? Got any more crazy stories or? Is that it from you?
Honestly, I kind of could relate to one of the stories you had on someone being on your back.
Oh,
yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, people are a pain in the ass, especially when they think they're the boss of you, and they barely come in and they think that
Oh, I run the place or whatever. Like,
yeah.
No, you.
And it's crazy because like this guy was really trying to. He was like, I don't know what he was trying to do. I don't know if he was trying to impress the leads to try to become a lead himself. But I was like, buddy, you do you. You're just to me
you're just another step in the corporate ladder. That's
basically
it. You're not. I mean, I know this sounds pretty like nihilistic of me to say, but like when I was working there, I was like, I just thought to myself like, I'm not special. You're not special either. Like I'm just here to just do a job.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, but like, dude, I really don't like people who try to take the boss position. I'm like, you probably don't even know how to like do the job well. I mean, right? So it's like, why be a boss when you be a leader? It's all that. All right. You got any more stories, my man?
Honestly, that's
it.
Sadly to say, that's all I could possibly.
All right. Well, we're gonna be cutting to break real soon. When we come back from that weird little commercial, we'll be talking about the Publix horror stories of Wally World, or I guess now you figured it out what we're talking about. But you know what? I don't even care. All right. See you after this break.
See ya.
Looking for a sign that says you're getting the best buy for your grocery dollar? Well, there it is, your guarantee. That's no idle promise, but a claim we make only after daily checks of every competitor's advertised prices and regular road trips to their stores. Should we miss a price, tell us. We'll check it, then match it or beat it. The one and only real Canadian superstore, where everything's discounted. Permanently.
And we're back. I hope you liked that little commercial break in the middle. I don't even know what it was about. So moving on with our episode here, we're going to be doing, we're going to hear from the public who have worked at Wally World to, like, hear their stories and whatnot. And we're kind of rapid fire through, like, I don't know, like 10 or 15 of these. I don't know. I just kind of looked them up from the internet, so it doesn't matter. So the first story goes that there was this man who was using the hose that we used to water our plants, and he was showering naked in the parking lot. He had a sheet to block one side, but people could still see everything. When the manager told him to leave, he acted like nothing was weird about it. He was extremely nonchalant, like he did this all the time. And he just packed up his sheet, got in his car, and left without putting on his pants or anything. Yeah.
Homie just wanted to shower.
Homie just wanted to shower in the parking lot. Our next story apparently has a lady who came in with coupons that were clearly photocopied, and she tried to use them to get majorly reduced prices on products like laundry detergent or paper towels. She got away with it because we had a new cashier, or they had a new cashier, and they didn't know what to do with it. So she pretty much went out of that store with $600 worth of shit.
Holy shit. You know how pimped you gotta be for that?
Yeah, pimped you gotta be for that. She does not care. So, man, here we go. So this next story goes, there was this group of 2 guys and 3 girls, and we were in the kids section, or at least where the toys are at, how like there's a little ball like cage or whatever.
Yeah. And
so they were throwing around these balls and stuff, and they're like throwing it to the other side of the aisles. And they were doing a whole lot of hoodlum shit, like grabbing the like dollar skateboard, I don't know, those little cheap made skateboards, and just ride them down the aisles and stuff. And they were throwing shit into other people's carts out of nowhere, and they were like, hey, we're gonna call the cops and escort you out. And so I guess they like stopped it. And that was, oh no, this next one is kind of disgusting. So it goes, The maintenance guy was cleaning the bathroom near the back of the store, and a woman asked him to stop mopping so she could use the bathroom. He told her he couldn't let her in because the floor was wet, but she could use the bathroom near the front of the store. And, well, she didn't listen. What is going on here? So, what? Oh, no. Okay, so the rest of the story goes that this lady just straight up, like, pissed and shit on the floor of the bathroom, and she kind of hit her face. So the cameras wouldn't find out who she was, and that disgusting piece of shit lady just left like that, you know? Yeah, I know. You're giving me a look like, what is wrong with these people? Yeah. Wally World has a lot of weird customers.
Tell me about it.
So, what? So this is next story where it says that a woman came to guest services saying she wanted to return a basket because it was haunted. And so he goes, I asked her what it meant, and she said her boyfriend took a picture of it, and there was electrical frequency surrounding it, and she couldn't keep it in her house. She had the receipt, so she was able to return it, but I still don't understand how a basket could be haunted. I don't know, people will make up the dumbest shit ever. What? There was this one's just a short one, but it's like one of those, like, I saw it, I wouldn't believe it. There was this guy who comes into the store regularly and had a beer that could be suctioned to his forehead. So he just has a beer bottle, a beer can, and he just kind of puts it on his forehead, and he just kind of walks around like that, and that's pretty much it. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much it. There was a man who came to the store wearing a clown outfit and gory clown makeup, and it was Halloween, and this was probably around the time when killer clowns were being a very, very spooky nuisance around, like, the public, and he was just walking around shopping for dinner. That's it. Just crazy clown MF. Man, I'd say that his actions were like how he's dressed, a clown. Oh man, we're almost done with this little thing, because I know I'm probably already boring everybody with these weird random stories. So I'm gonna just try to get the gist of them out of here. All right, so there was a guy who came into a store with a full gorilla suit. It was like that episode of SpongeBob. You know, he's just in there just doing gorilla things, and they're like, security was like, "Hey, take that mask off," and he never did. He just, like, kept shopping as a gorilla. Fucking weird.
Hey, man.
Yeah. Whoa, man. Okay, this last one's pretty long, but I'm going to just wrap it up with this. So here we go. And it goes, not many customers realize that Walmart, that they do price matching. One customer totally went to the extreme and designed his own ads with extremely discounted prices on name brands. I would have totally bought it, but the prices were ridiculous. Like, Tide laundry detergent went for like $9 to $12, and that guy's his little ads, or like his little custom made ads, were like, "Hey, it's $3." And so, he, like, the guy's telling the story, he played it off cool, and he called his manager, and then, next thing you know, this person is calling me every name in the book, threatening to sue me, and he literally could call the police on him and whatnot. And then it kind of just goes to, like, I don't know, like, it just kind of, it's so stupid what happened in the end, because he's just like, you know, he shouldn't have done it in the first place, but I don't know why you're telling me that. I don't know, I just kind of abridged the story a little bit. I don't even care at this point.
You're good.
Yeah.
People are stupid as fuck.
3 times. What's it called? So yeah, that's Wally World and all that stuff and all that cool junk. What a store, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, when we really get down to the fun part of the whole episode, you know, why don't we talk about the Halo Infinite release? Because I know at this point in time, Halo Infinite has released, right? You know about Halo Infinite? You tell us a little bit about Halo Infinite. What's Halo Infinite about?
Halo Infinite, what is it about?
Is it the same guy? Is it Master Chief?
Master Chief, yes. It also brings out the Banished, or they're called Banished.
Yeah.
Just a group of individuals, I guess, that are against the Covenant. Well, I can't really speak into it like that far because I'm barely starting on the campaign.
Oh.
But all I know so far yet is that there's a group that are called the Banished.
The Banished.
And I honestly, it's pretty cool. The multiplayer is, I recommend it. A lot of people are saying that it's bad and that there's I guess it's not the same as Halo 5. But I mean, come on, we needed an upgrade from Halo 5. Halo 5 was terrible.
I've seen some pretty wacky plays on the Halo Infinite multiplayer. I know there was this one clip that I saw where this guy was like, I think they're playing like fucking, what was it? It's not Griffball. It's like, I don't know what the name of it is, but they got like a flaming piece of something in their hand and they got to keep it away from the other team. And so like, he puts the armor pack on or whatever, and then he like goes in, goes camo, whatever, right? Active camo, and then he just kind of like dodges the guy, and he just fucking gets him. He just like, bang.
I think what they could have done better on that is they could have brought the announcer, and they could have honestly like bring back the assassinations, because the assassinations like would be just a whole lot better. And if they could have like, I don't know, make some new ones up. Like, you know, use your head and I don't know, make some cool ass assassinations in there, you know? It would be pretty interesting to add into Halo Infinite as well. Kind of like what they did with Halo 5.
Yeah. But yeah, I personally, if I had an Xbox Series X or something, I would probably get it, but at the same time, I'm more of a PlayStation kind of guy, and I'm more of an Apex kind of guy.
That's understandable.
I mean,
everybody has their preference.
I mean, Apex is like, it's always just kept me busy.
Honestly, Apex, I've never played it.
I think you'll like it because of the way the physics are in the game, because it's like more, you can slide, you can it's like, it's kind of like, how would I describe it? It's more like it's always going to be a gun game first, so you better work on that aim. There's a whole like array of guns. There's snipers, there's like, I know recently we got introduced to this gun called the Rampage, which is it's a heavy light machine gun. It's pretty slow in the fire rate, but it hits pretty hard. And apparently you can use this thing called a thermite grenade, which is like a flammable grenade that kind of, when it goes out, it like kind of goes in like a line, so it's not going to explode like a big area. You could use that thermite grenade to like charge up the gun and make it like, you know, like a hype the fire rate. It can like knock down doors, and it's a pretty powerful gun. It's just that like so fucking slow, like without the thermite. But the thermite only lasts like, I don't know, like a few, like 15, 10, no, not even 10 seconds. Like, I'd say like 20 seconds worth of, 25 seconds worth of like having it like thing. But also like, as you're shooting the gun, you like, that power up of like the thermite will like go down like very so slightly. So like it kind of reduces the time even more. Just talking about a singular gun. There's so much in that game I think you'd like, and it's like, it's for free too. It's like, you know,
I honestly may try it out again.
You should. I recommend it.
Is it cross-platform?
It is cross-play, so I could game with you.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So,
Steven, what have we been doing?
I don't know. I know Respawn's pretty cool for doing that. Oh, and don't even get me started on like the legends, the ability. Like every one of these legends has a cool ability. There's one where there's this lady who she can go in between like the void, and it's like she can kind of like use that to like disappear and like not get shot or whatever, but you're only in there for like a few like amount at a time. There's this guy who he's one of my mains. His name's Octane, and he's a guy who takes drugs and runs fast, and he's like andale way, and he just fucking goes, and it's so cool. You could use it as many times as you want, but the only drawback is that you're like taking away your health while you think, but you also get to regen your health because you're the only legend that is able to have that passive ability. It's cool. It got nerfed to shit though. Oh, and your ultimate's like a jump pad, so you just like fly across the map. Used to go pretty far, but they nerfed that too. And then there's there's this one legend. I think you'll like this legend. Her name's Loba, and she's like a thief, and she uses a bracelet that she can pretty much throw and teleport. Like she'll like throw it like a football, and like just it'll go, and you can like, land wherever the hell you're gonna throw it.
Mm-hmm.
And her ultimate's like she could place down this thing called the Black Market Bouquet, which like in a certain radius, it'll grab all the items from that area. So ammo, guns, shield cell, whatever you might need, but you can only take like 2 of like any like item that's not ammo. So like ammo you can take as much as you want, like, but other stuff like that you might need, like a shield or like anything that's gonna take up a slot, and then after that you can't like take anything else more from that.
Yeah.
And then there's a whole lot of other things I can really get into it, but aside from a giant lore behind it and fun game, I recommend you get it.
We'll definitely give it a try, Steven.
You should. What else? What do you watch anime?
Yes, I do.
You watch anime. What have you watched recently?
Recently, Tokyo Ghoul.
Tokyo Ghoul. I've actually been recommended to watch Tokyo Ghoul.
You've yet to watch it.
I've yet to watch it. I know my friend told me about like to watch it, but I've never gotten around to it just because I just kind of like, I don't know, man. Like I just.
Steven, I'm telling you right now, you're missing out on Poppy Ken Kaneki right now.
Who?
Ken Kaneki. You're missing out on Poppy Ken Kaneki.
I don't even know who that is. Is that a character?
Watch Tokyo Ghoul, yes.
All right then. Fuck. Oh man, there's another one that I've been told to watch. Hunter x Hunter.
Hunter x Hunter.
The kid with the spiky hair and the rock paper scissors.
That's one that I need to watch.
Yeah.
Have you watched Attack on Titans?
Like the first season. But then after that, I dropped it because I was just like, "What the fuck is going on with this guy?" Right?
It's a lot. It's very, very weird, but I finished it all. I'm excited for season 2.
Oh boy,
coming out. I think next year?
I thought it's coming out right now. I don't even know what's going on with the story right now.
It should be coming out. I think this year coming 2021. Yeah.
So like winter. Probably winter. I don't know. I've gotten like so into like what's coming up next for the season of anime, because that's how I watch it. Usually I'll watch whatever's like airing right now because of ways, and I'll like look like it usually goes by seasons. It's like there's winter, spring, fall, and there's summer, and then it just keeps going from there. There's always something new to discover with like each show. I know I've watched like a few that like nobody's ever like heard about or talked about, because like everybody's always usually talking about like the mainstream stuff, My Hero, Dragon Ball, I don't know, and all that. How people keep talking more about Evangelion, because that's a really good series. I will tell you this though, I mean, I know I did an episode on it before, but it is one of those series that are like like once you've watched all of it, like then you'll be left thinking like, man, dude, like this shit was fucking like this was something else, because it's such a series that like hits you really hard. Yeah. And I was like, fuck, man, wow.
Honestly, that's honestly how I felt about Tokyo Ghoul.
And then there's these other series that I've watched, usually when it's during like a season of animes that like whether there's something that doesn't catch my interest, or I'll just fill a slot up with some anime that I told myself I'd watch but I never got around to. There was 2 that I watched that were like, actually 3 that had like a pretty good impact that I liked. One was Cowboy Bebop, which you've probably heard of, the live action thing of it on Netflix. No? Damn, that was like news for like a few days ago. But yeah, don't watch the live action remake. I mean, I know they're trying to be ambitious with it, but you're better off watching the anime. It's pretty good. The music's pretty swell. And there's always like, it's like it's a kind of series that like, despite it like not each episode never connecting with the previous one, there's always some sort of like arcing like presence there that they are kind of connected. But yeah, Cowboy Bebop. Then there was this one, oh man, this like really weird one called Surreal Experiments Lane. It is so fucking weird. Like, I can't even begin to tell you. There's this girl who gets this series I think was so ahead of its time. I don't get to talk about it a whole lot, and I really want to make just one specific episode of me just rambling on. Or I can have somebody like here listening to me. But the series is so weird because it was like it was pretty ahead of its time, and I watched. It's a very short one. It's like 12 episodes long, but essentially it's like it's really like, what's the term? I know it was like there was a term for it where it was like it's like psychological horror.
What was that thing called? What was that anime called?
It's called Surreal. Do they have it here? I don't know. It's called Surreal Experiments Lane. It's not on here.
Oh damn.
But yeah, no, it's right up there with like Paranoia Agent, which I'll talk about right now in a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But Surreal Experiments Lane was again ahead of its time because of the way it was presenting like technology and how technology is like starting to become implemented in like in our everyday lives and stuff. I mean, and like it's so weird to see like this girl who goes from like, she's like, oh, she's just your average like, you know, shy ass girl who doesn't want to talk to anybody, to essentially becoming cyber god, right? Yeah, it's fucking crazy. So, and then there's like this Michael Jackson looking guy in there. I'm not kidding. He looks like Michael Jackson, like after surgery Michael Jackson, you know? Yeah. And it's like, it's so weird. And then there's always like a feeling of like dread when you're watching it, because it's like, you know, there's hardly any, like, it's so weird because there's hardly any like, yeah, I know I'm going to like depths of, there's hardly any like background music. There's always, the only thing filling the void of like the atmosphere whenever you see the girl like walking to school or something is just like the sound of like surging power lines that are just like, you know, they know like that low hum that you hear when you're near like a power plant or like a power station.
Yeah.
It's just that. And it's like, it's so weird. Each episode is like, you know, it's like fucking, I don't know how to describe all of it. You just kind of have to watch it. It's called Surreal Experiments Lane. Go watch it, everybody. If you want some sort of psychological horror trip kind of series that you don't really like, you just say like, fuck it, I'll watch it. And then the next one, I don't really have too much to say about it other than, you know, Paranoia Agent is like, again, it's like it's in the same ballpark as Surreal Experiments Lane. It's like sort of like, it's kind of like, you know, it's fucky. I don't know how to other than to just describe it like that. It's just really it's out there. Oh, so is Fully Cooley. But Fully Cooley is not like psychological horror. It's like, it's more like fun, wacky, like it's got a story to tell underneath it all, but it's cool. Go watch it. Fully Cooley. But yeah, other than that, okay, favorite video game of all time, go.
Favorite video game, Jump Force.
Jump Force?
Jump Force.
I tried that game before. I wish they could have refurbished it. They could have done something more with it. But it was just a Shonen Jump cash grab in the end. Although I did like the incorporation of like Jotaro and Dio. So that made me happy. For me, as of like right now, it's gotta be fucking God of War.
God of War?
God of War. I don't care. Played it. I think not God of War 3, but like God of War, like just the one that came out like a few years ago.
Hey, crazy as fuck, but who the fuck still has a PSP?
Collectors, or probably people over there in Japan, because they collect shit over there.
I was about to say, I have a PSP, but I have like the God of War that you spoke of.
You have either one of two games. It's either Ghost of Sparta or it's Ghost of Sparta.
Ghost of Sparta.
Oh man,
bro,
everybody overlooks that one. And then there's the other one that I think it was like when he saves his brother or something. Or actually, no, I think Ghost of Sparta was when he saved his brother.
I don't think so. I think no. He was I think he was looking for a son.
What?
Yeah.
He didn't have a son. He had a daughter at that time.
At that time?
Yeah, in the Greek saga, like a whole like 1, 2, 3.
From what I remember.
No, he's trying to. That one's probably. I think he was trying to save his brother. No, I like God of War, the one with like where he's like in the Norse world, because that one, like, it's just so great. The acting's super great. I love it. But yeah, I can't wait for the next one. Ragnarok coming out like fucking I don't know when. They're gonna take their time on it, and I hope they do. But yeah. Anyways, well, I think have any closing thoughts about this episode? We're right at that time.
Honestly, no. Not really.
Man, nobody has closing thoughts anymore. Anyways, do you have any plugins you want to share with us, with our viewers or listeners?
My Twitch.
Your Twitch?
Just about it.
It's going to be right there in the description. Don't miss it. In fact, I'll make a community post about it because I have that feature on YouTube now for some reason.
Oh my god,
so I'll be like, hey, check them out. Check out my guests' Twitch. Do you how much often do you stream?
Honestly, I try to stream every day.
Okay.
Every day, whenever I'm awake. It's not I don't have a schedule. Like my schedule's all over the place because of work, of course, and you know.
That's the same with me. I don't have a schedule when I usually upload or when I have like something coming out. But yeah, well, I think that about wraps up our episode here. Thank you, you beautiful listeners from the Bacon Hour podcast. I'm your host, Steven, and my guest today was
Sai.
Thanks for listening, everybody. I hope I can see you in the next one, because I don't know when that one's coming out. See you around. Later days.